something funny has happened. Well, it isn't actually funny, but it's just, you know, with my memory, this had to happen at some point. So, yes. Hello and welcome to my channel, The Danish Foodaholic. My name is Silka and today I will be doing my May wrap up. I didn't do as well as I thought I would, but considering how June is going, I did really well in May. So hopefully I'll turn it around. But let's just get into the stats, then we'll talk about the books. You know the gist. As you know by now, this video has been delayed twice. It was supposed to go up Wednesday last week. Then it was supposed to go up Saturday. Then Silka, me, actually, drunk Silka, decided that, oh yes, tequila shots, that's a great idea. So Friday when I went out, I got hammered. And I didn't live. Like, I was dead all of Saturday. So I had planned on, like, taking a full day of filming. I couldn't stand up. So there's that. So unfortunately, it was delayed and everything has been a little bit postponed. And I'm sorry for that. I keep apologizing, but I'm kind of just, like, trying to adjust to my new life, to my new schedule. And it's going absolutely awful. Like, it's not going good, but I'm working on it and I'm doing my best. And let's do the wrap up. So in May I read 4 books and the total page count was 1,265, which is like about 300 under what I want. My aim is to have every single month at a minimum of 1,500, but as long as I can have the average on a minimum of 1,500, like the average for the year on that minimum, then I think I will be okay. But I'm a little bummed that it ended up like this, but it is what it is. We're gonna work with it. As for the authors, I have 4 that were new to me and no authors that I had read before. When it comes to the star rating, I had 1 3-star and 3 4 stars, which was great. In terms of representation, I have 1 that is LGBTQ+, 2 multiple, and 1 that had no representation whatsoever. Then we have the author nationality. I have 1 from Denmark, 2 from the US, and 1 from the UK. When it comes to the genre, I had 1 romance, I had 1 fantasy, I had 1 graphic novel, and I had 1 miscellaneous. Then we have the type of book. I have 3 that are part of a series and 1 standalone. As for the intended audience, I have 1 young adult, 1 new adult, and 2 adult. That doesn't seem right. Oh, well, it's what I've classified it as. I must have checked it out at some point. But that is what it is. For the format, I had 1 as an audio and 3 physical. For the sources, I have 1 that were owned, 1 that was hauled, and 2 that was borrowed from a friend. And finally, for the releases, I have 2 that were released between 2022 and 2023, and 2 that were released prior to that. All right. That were the stats. Let's talk about the books. First up, I'm going to talk about the 2 books that I don't have here, which is also fine because one of them is the 3 stars, so I can still do like lowest to highest rated. So let's start with this one, and I'm going to do it really short. This is called Visitkort. The author is called Peter Dyrborg, and basically it's like a collection of different types of poetry. There's a lot of like spoken words, then there's like poetry slam things, and it's a mix of all of it, and I'm not going to go too much into it because it hasn't been translated, but I borrowed it from a friend of mine, my best friend, who he really enjoys this type of thing, and he's also dabbling a little bit in poetry himself, and he's phenomenal if you ask me, but he doesn't think so what can I do? And he mentioned this because we were talking about obviously all of my books, and I mentioned that I had a tiny poetry collection that were kind of like at the bottom of my shelves, and he was like, oh, that's so strange because normally when people have poetry they would like display it and be like, oh my god, I read poetry, or at least that's what he's noticed, which is true in Denmark a lot, actually. If people have like poetry, it usually has like a very like in your face placement on people's shelves, but it doesn't on mine, and that was what he commented on. And I was like, okay, I have this one I want you to read. And that was one of the Rupi Kaur books that I have. And then he mentioned this one and he was like, do you want to read it? I'm like, yeah, sure, let me see what type of poetry you really like. And then I read it and I did enjoy it. It was the 3-star that I had. I feel like the where it went wrong for me was that, and he actually also said that himself in the book, that a lot of the things in his writing is actually supposed to be read out loud. So reading it on paper will give you a different experience to hearing it. And I kind of wish that I had heard it. I think a lot of it would have been, I don't want to say clearer, but better for me. I don't know. There was this one poem that had a bunch of numbers in it, and my friend said that that was one of his favorites, and I was like, I didn't get it, because my mind instantly, when it sees like a long line of numbers, I skip it. I'm like, what am I going to use the numbers for? So in that way, I think having heard it would have been better, but I still really liked it, and there were a lot of poems in this that I really liked, and I sat with like sticky notes and I was like, I like this, and blah blah blah. It was really fun. So yeah. Then the other book that I borrowed from my friend that I don't have here is Hellboy, The Complete Short Stories, Volume 1 by Mike Mignola. Once again, we talked about graphic novels. Well, we talked about my bookshelves. And then we talked about graphic novels because that is at the top of my shelf. So we talked about the top and the bottom. Funny. And then I kind of showed him some of the graphic novels that I really liked, like Snot Girl, and also some of the new ones that I've gotten. Or I had gotten, because at that time I'd just gotten home from Copenhagen and I had gotten all the new graphic novels and stuff. So I showed him what I had gotten and he was like, I have a graphic novel that I think you'd really like. And then I was like, okay, sure, bring it. And then he brought it to me and he was like, just remember that it's short stories, so it's a bunch of different ones. And it was really, really good. I really enjoyed it. There was one, I don't remember what it was called. I feel like it was something with I know it was something with the circus, but I don't remember what it was called in itself. But it was like this story following Hellboy when he was young, and then he was like captured by this circus thing. And there was one art style when he was outside of the circus, and then because he kind of got hypnotized into following these people with the circus, it was a different art style. So whenever that we were in the circus and under the impression that everything was awesome, it was one art style, and then when we had people looking for him, it was a different art style to kind of like see the division in reality. I really, really enjoyed that, and it was just a phenomenal one. Another thing that I really liked is that these graphic novels, or the short stories, were actually very much based on mythology aspects. Like there were some Egyptian, which you know I like, and there were I think there were also some Norse, but in total it was a bunch of like folklore and mythologies, and it was just really great. So I would definitely recommend this. And also, because I'm such a sweet friend, I have actually gotten him volume 2 for his birthday, but he doesn't know that, and I'm hoping that he will not see this video. I don't think he actually watches my videos, and if he does, then I am screwed. Oh well. So I actually got that for his birthday because I'm 90% sure that he doesn't have volume 2, but he'll have it soon. And then I'm gonna borrow it. Now we get to the books that I have here, and I'm gonna start with this one, and that is where the funny thing comes in, because well, it's not funny. I read Violet Made of Thorns. I gave it 4 stars. I don't know what happened in it. It's been so long since I've read it. Well, I say so long. It's been a month or something. I cannot tell you what is. I can't tell you what happened, but I can tell you that I liked it. We had enemies to lovers. There's something about a prophecy, but I could tell you that just from the summary. There is that. I remember liking the main character, and I remember liking the love interest. I remember liking the love interest's sister, and that there is an LGBTQ plus element to this. But what happened later on, couldn't tell you. I am so sorry, but I don't know what to say about this book other than the fact that I know that I liked it because I put down that I liked it. Oh my god, this is gonna suck when I have to put it down in my notebook because I didn't do that. Fuck. I'm gonna have to find a summary or something. Like, everything about this book has just left my mind, and I don't know why. But I liked it. I'm still gonna recommend it. And, yeah, do with that what you will. Now, the next book. The next book I remember, and I loved it. Icebreaker by Hannah Grace. This was so fucking adorable. I love this so much. It was not what I was expecting, but I preferred this. This was way better than what I was expecting. So in this we follow Anastasia Allen, who has worked her entire life to get a shot at Team USA for, like, what's it called? Figure skating. The figure skating team. And then we also meet Nathan Hawkins, who is the captain of the hockey team. And then something happens that makes, like, that kind of forces them to share a rink. And yes, it's everything. It's everything that I want and more. And I'm sorry, but where is my Nate Hawkins? Like, do I need to start figure skating? I would suck. But, like, where is my Nate Hawkins, please? Hello. No, but I really, really enjoyed this, and I am now actively looking for books that are similar to this. Not necessarily like the hockey romance, but yeah, kind of. Well, not only, but let's call it a sports romance. But I'm picky about covers. I am. I'm not going to buy a book that I think is ugly. I'm sorry. Not when it's this. Then I'll find it as an audio or something. So you can still recommend it if you'd like, but I'm gonna be picky as fuck. But I already found like a shit ton, and I just need to get them. So that was my month in books, and it sucked because I wish I had read so much more. That being said, I have not read a single thing this month because I've been busy as fuck. I don't know why my brain keeps doing this. It's the stupidest thing. I'm saying my brain, but it's me. I have like a week, right? Normal week. I work from 8:30 till 4:30. That's my day. Now, what do I do with my spare time? Do I sit back, relax? No! I do everything but that. Like, just today. Today, my plans were to sit and relax. But then, all of a sudden, I was like, no, I need to film because I need to edit this and put it up tomorrow. I filmed this yesterday, so Tuesday. And also, my aunt is coming on Friday, and she is allergic to gluten, so I decided that I wanted to bake something for her because she is coming to, like, see my apartment and everything, so that's gonna be nice. And I wanted to bake something, so I needed to go do some shopping for that. And then the place that I went shopping, they didn't have the stuff that I needed, so I needed to go another place afterwards to get the rest of the stuff that I needed, and then I had to go back. When I am done with filming and editing, I will need to bake and make dinner and watch Once Upon a Time with Caitlin, which is really nice. Maybe later my friend Daniel is coming over, or maybe later there is a guy coming over, which is also nice. And that is just my day today. My day, like, the reason that I have to, on a Tuesday, bake for Friday is because tomorrow I need to go to my parents' house, and afterwards my friend is coming over. On Thursday, I am going on, like, this small one-day trip thing with my workplace, and I don't know when I will be back home, so I didn't want to make any additional plans. And on Friday, basically, I have half an hour or something to get from work back home and be ready for my aunt and my uncle to come. On Saturday, I don't have anything planned. I might be going on a date, but I'm not sure. And on Sunday, I am going out to get brunch with a friend of mine. And that was this week. Like, last week was the same. And the week before that was the same. It was just a bunch of shit. Well, it's not shit because it's stuff that I'm really excited for. But it's plans every single day. And I just haven't had the time to just sit down and do nothing. And when I occasionally do that, I watch Criminal Minds. It's because I am too tired, I'm too exhausted to pick up a book. So I need to change that. And I also need to continue on my goddamn game. So maybe I should do that on Saturday and then actually finish it. I should just sit down and be like, okay, Silke, you're not leaving this apartment until you finish the goddamn game. I might do that. So that was a big rant about my life. Ooh, and on top of that, I've been sick, which was why the video was postponed from Wednesday last week to Saturday, and then Saturday was because I was a dickhead and hungover, and then it was postponed to today. I am so tired, and that is why I'm rambling. So I'm gonna say thank you so much for watching. Please leave a comment telling me what you read in May, even though we're at the end of June. If you just want to let me know that you're here but don't know what to comment, you can always leave a green heart. If you like this video, please hit the like icon, and if you want to see more of my bookish content, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It would mean the world to me. And until I see you next time, bye!